Good morning, okay, at 7:06. Welcome in on this MonYAY. We're here, somewhere. Not there. We're over here. Look over here. How you doing? Did you have a good weekend? I hope so. Have you signed up for WSIC's 12 Days of Christmas yet? That's the real question, because if you haven't, you've got a little bit of time. Are we cutting it off on the 7th when we start? Like we can't allow more entries, right? After the giveaways already began. Or are we allowed to can we just let people keep signing up all the way through?
Oh no, we're allowing more giveaways or more signups.
Just the whole time?
Yes.
Continuously sign up?
Yeah.
I mean, you can only sign up once.
Yes.
Like if you sign up multiple times, your name only gets put in one
Correct.
time. You don't increase your odds.
But if you and your significant other have 2 separate emails.
Well, then that's double data, which we're harvesting. That's really the whole point, right? Isn't that what it's about? I mean, we're giving away stuff. It's real. Like the scooter's real. I almost put it together and plugged it in and charged and started riding it, but I didn't think that would be right for a kid to open a used scooter. Like I didn't think that would be that wouldn't be very nice. Could also say, wow, must have come from China. You know, like lightly used. Maybe they tested it out beforehand. How about Greystone Lodge, though? So Friday was the anniversary. Demi and I's anniversary, 11 years.
Oh, yeah.
We did a little Boone trip this weekend.
Oh, yeah.
We stayed at Greystone. I'll talk about Greystone a little later. Yeah, we stayed at Greystone.
I like this.
We went to the App State Auburn basketball game yesterday.
Caught a little hoops action.
With the kids, their very first basketball game ever.
Oh, wow.
And App State won.
How did the kids do at the game? Before we get to the game.
Fantastic.
They liked it? Plenty of energy?
Here was the concern. So Emmy still naps. She's got 1 nap a day, 1 to 3. That's her window.
We got to keep it down at halftime.
The game started at 1.
Oh, so we got to take care of business.
We gotta roll through it. She did great.
Okay.
There were moments, and this is where as a girl dad, I really wasn't upset. She just turned around, Daddy, can I put my head on your shoulder? Yeah, you can do that. And so I held her while during the game. So that was pretty cool. I actually enjoyed that moment. Because that moment's not gonna last forever. You know, she's gonna one day decide, I don't want to lay my head on Daddy's shoulder. And so I'm gonna enjoy those moments when I can, even if it's in the middle of a basketball game. And that's okay.
Way to take time and appreciate that.
Well, Noah and Emmy then, or Noah and Demi, excuse me, end up charging the court with all the crowd when App State won.
Right.
Noah's on Demi's back, chugging down the stairs. All of a sudden, me and Emmy are watching. Look, there's Mommy, there's Noah. And then all of a sudden, they get to the floor, and it's not just enough to be there. You know, Demi enjoys being there.
Right. She
stands on the chairs down there with Noah on her back and is chanting. So it got pretty rowdy pretty quick.
Well, congrats. That's awesome that they had a positive experience their first game.
They did. They did have a positive experience, which was the ultimate goal.
Right.
Given the weather.
It's a big win.
It's a big win. I've said it from the beginning. I think I'll continue to say it. The SEC is trash.
Oh, my goodness.
It's just the way it's been.
Okay.
It's just 844 Studio 4. What do you think about it? 844-788-3464. The SEC this morning, I mean, I'm just saying, the SEC basketball. App State coming through, and I said it before, I'll say it again. The SEC is trash. And I shouted that. It got to a point, though, because you got to know, how, do you reach a point years later after graduating from a school, and you shouldn't carry yourself the same way maybe you did while attending games during your time as a student? For me, Bill and I, we grew up here in Lake Norman. We both went to Hopewell, both had a great time. We would go to the games. Bill, we would cheer quite intently during games at Hopewell, right?
Yes.
You go to college, that carries over a lot of times. Now that I'm older, am I allowed to cheer the same way? And let me give you the exact scenario.
Okay.
Let me give you the scenario.
Break this down.
We're playing Auburn. Trash SEC team. They're playing like trash, as expected from an SEC team. And there's one gentleman on the team, Auburn, who was having a little bit of a pity party. Things weren't going his way. He wasn't really excited. Continuous intentional fouls.
Right.
We're draining.
And you can see it
visually. I take it upon myself after being notified of his temper tantrum by Ben Daniels, who was also accompanying me on this trip. And I begin to ask him if he would like some French fries or a Wham burger at all. I proceeded to ask him that. And I'm with my children, 4-year-old and a 2-year-old. Am I teaching them bad habits by shouting such things now at my age? Because here was the other realization I had as I continued to reflect on it. You know, a few more bad choices in high school or around that time, I could be that kid's father. You know what I mean? Like age-wise at this point. Because you think they're in college, 18, right. 19,
sure,
maybe 20 years old.
Right.
I'm 33. Okay, 20 and 33, that's a little bit much. That's a little bit much. But in a couple of years, I said to myself, okay, you know, if he's a freshman, I'm 33. Like I said, a couple more bad decisions somewhere back in the day.
Right.
It could be my son. And so should I be having this dialogue with athletes of collegiate level now at my age? Or should I move past it?
A couple different ways to look at it, in my opinion.
Thank you.
One, let them have it. You know, home court, you know, that's what it is. The other part is probably how I would look at it.
You want some French fries with that Wham burger?
You know, you got to look within, right? And if you're in question, then the answer is probably no. So, should you be yelling at them? Depends on which, you know, wolf you want to feed, you know?
Well, and then Noah's getting into it, too. Like,
right.
Get it. Like, it's like that, you know?
Right.
Kid's 4. That was the first moment
Do you think that the kids would have cried if App State lost? That'd be cool. Not to see him cry, but to see him care.
Noah would have been, man, we were so close, Dad. I think it would have been like that. Because it was like a tight game.
Sure.
It's not like App ran away with the game.
Right.
I mean, even though the SEC is trash, it just more was about he was just excited to be like a part of this thing. Yeah, like.
And that's the big takeaway. That's what you want from that experience.
Right. But what are the boundaries?
Right. You know.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think I didn't push the boundaries.
Right.
I didn't take my shirt off, you know.
Right. Yeah, sounds like you're still wholesome. You know. I think you got a good head on your shoulders. You'll know the line. And you might cross it a little bit and then have to backtrack it.
I tend to do that sometimes.
Right. Which is fine too, as long as you admit your wrongdoings. But I'm glad you guys had a great time.
Yeah.
Overall.
Plenty more to come. 844 Studio 4, 12 days of Christmas giveaways. WSICnews.com/holiday. That's where you sign up. WSICnews.com. You can click 12 days of Christmas at the top or just go WSICnews.com/holiday. Gonna get a look at the streets with iCats on the other side.
There's more Good Morning LKN on the way from the new 105.9 100.7 WSIC.
Here is your WSIC community calendar. 12 Days of Christmas giveaways starts this week, December 7th through the 22nd. Listen each morning to Good Morning LKN, where winners will be announced. Some of the prizes include a scooter, karaoke machine, tech toys, and a free stay at Greystone Lodge in Boone. WSIC's 12 Days of Christmas giveaway starts this week. The Docksiders, performing at Kane Center for the Arts this Saturday, are almost sold out. The Docksiders will take you back to the year 1981. Their unique and eclectic tribute act of yacht rock features songs from Hall & Oates, Christopher Cross, Kenny Loggins, and more. The Docksiders, Saturday, December 9th at Kane Center for the Arts. To purchase your tickets, visit kanearts.org. Want to see more than 5 million Christmas lights at one time? The Amazing Speedway Christmas at Charlotte Motor Speedway is happening now through January 7th. The show is open 6 to 10 p.m., rain or shine. Speedway Christmas at Charlotte Motor Speedway, now through January 7th. For tickets, visit charlottemotorspeedway.com. Santa is here. Schedule your time to take pictures between now and Christmas Eve in Bergdale. Appointments include Time with Santa and 8 digital images from a professional photographer. For more info and to schedule your time with Santa, visit bergdalevillage.com. Come enjoy a classic Christmas in Mooresville this Friday. Wagon rides, ice skating, face painting, life-size snow globes, and so much more. Enjoy some time with Santa in the Winter Wonderland experience this Friday night, starting at 5 p.m. For more info, visit mooresvillenc150.com. Have an event you would like to tell people about? Yard sales, estate sales, and everything in between? Visit WSICnews.com and click on events to submit your event today.
And now for a look at your weather forecast from the WSIC Weather Center. We are coming off of a nasty weekend, but Monday should be a lot nicer. Mostly sunny skies and a high temperature in the afternoon reaching 60 degrees. As you head into the evening, the skies are going to remain mostly clear, and that low temperature won't be too bad tonight. We'll be above freezing at 34 degrees. This has been your weather forecast from the WSIC Weather Center.
Now, more stimulating talk for Lake Norman Statesville with Justin Ckezepis. It's Good Morning LKN on the new 105.9, 100.7 WSIC.
Good morning, LKN. 7:18 this morning. Happy MonYAY. I almost said Tuesday. It's MonYAY. Let's not get too ahead of ourselves. 12 days of Christmas. Sign up, WSICnews.com/holiday. That's how you get signed up. But before you get all crazy and you get on the streets and get all wild, we got to get a look at them. Jeff's on the phone. RideICats.com. iCats alternative transportation options. Only $3 to commute from Iredell County to the city of Charlotte each way. Jeff, how are the streets looking?
Good morning, Justin. On the secondary roads in the Troutman area, on Amity Hill, Oswald Amity, there's been an accident in that area that's blocking the road. As far as anything in the Mooresville area, I've not heard of anything. As far as 77 north and south from Statesville to Charlotte, traffic is picking up. There's pockets of heavier traffic. You'll have your normal slowdowns around the lake down to Huntersville, so just be aware of that. There's no accidents to report on the interstate at this time, so not a bad way to start the Monday.
It seemed like the roads were had a little bit of moisture still on them from the rain of the weekend. Are you still seeing that on the highways, or is it pretty dried up at this point, Jeff?
Every once in a while you'll see a puddle, but it is drying up, so... But do be aware there might be a little ponding still on the roads, so just watch out for that.
All right, Jeff with iCats. RideICats.com alternative transportation. $3 to commute to the city of Charlotte from Iredell County each way, and you get to cruise in that HOV lane all the way. So regardless of what is happening in the regular lanes, you can just wave on past them. Thanks, Jeff. We appreciate you. We'll check in with you at 8:15.
All right, have a good morning.
You too.
Oh, well, everybody's heard about the bird. Bird. The bird's a winner. Well, a bird. Bird is a winner.
It's time for the word of the day. What's the word?
Word of the day.
Today's word of the day, which is where I give Justin a random word from the English dictionary.
English only, please.
And he has to try to guess the definition. The hopes are to enrich our knowledge.
Yeah, education. Lifelong student.
Lifelong student.
Yeah, mostly.
Right. Today's word, it's one syllable.
Mm-hmm.
Glib.
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 Glib. Glib the bib.
It's an adjective. For those following along at home, Glib. Glib.
Glib, and it's an adjective.
Spelled the way it's pronounced.
I'm trying to work through that.
Glib.
Adjective.
Don't make it harder than it is. I see you looking. Nope, you can't mess this one up.
WSICnews.com, all the social platforms. You can enjoy our live video stream, which we video stream all of our local content. But this is an adjective, and
Yes.
so which means it describes something. So I'm going to describe something as glib. But first, Bill, if I could have it in a sentence, please, sir.
Of course. The glib speaker quickly won over the gullible crowd.
The glib speaker, the lying. No, the glib speaker. The enthusiastic. The
Ooh, you're right around that.
The animated. The Extroverted.
He gave a very glib explanation for his absence. Glib.
Descriptive. A very descriptive.
Ooh, you're right around it. So the definition for glib is fluent and persuasive in speech, often in a superficial or insincere manner.
Glib.
Fluent and persuasive in speech, often in a superficial or an insincere manner.
Persuasive.
Ladies and gentlemen, glib.
Glib. Fluent and persuasive.
Yes, glib.
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 Mm.
Mm.
I'm just trying to.
You can come back to it, buddy.
Well, I think I can handle
okay.
putting it together in a sentence.
You feeling glibby?
It's just one of those words like being one. I don't know. Maybe one syllable words are just like an issue for me.
Oh, okay.
But I'm not hating
We
on it.
found his weakness.
I'm not hating on it. I just it's almost more like, because I make random sounds usually throughout the day.
Right. I knew you were going to use all your crutches and vices to help you, but no. I gave you the one syllable glib.
Dang it.
To glib or not to glib? That is the question.
I'm going to be honest with you. I am having trouble
It's okay,
right
man.
now.
I can see it. It's okay. I stumped you.
I'm not going to say you stumped me.
Man, when Friday comes around, this plus 4 other words, whoo.
That's going to be a tough day.
Man.
That's really what you want to do is be here for Friday, beyond the 12 Days of Christmas giveaway, but because the culmination of Friday is me having to use all of the words Bill gives me for word of the day throughout the week in one singular non-loquacious sentence. So we'll start with today. And glib, G-L-I-B, meaning persuasive. 'Tis glib every time the mic goes on.
Oh, wow. 'Tis.
But it's you see, because that one
Right,
syllable.
I feel like you're kind of using it kind of...
Like it makes me want to condense. Like I feel like a compactor right there, Like let me compact. That word's compact. Make my sentence compact.
Are you feeling glibacious?
Yeah. Quite often I normally do. I always feel like... I don't know. I just
glib, man. Stumped you.
It's
all
messing with
good.
me right now. I don't even know how to recover from it right now.
Yeah, right, man. I'm sorry.
I need some help from Elon, I think, to recover.
Oh, yeah?
I think I do. There's a video out, another video. If you didn't see the Cybertruck got released, the videos of it did release. I think it's 2024 is when you can actually buy one. I think by this point, it's been coming out for like 2 or 3 years now. But it's bulletproof. I don't know if you saw that. Do you remember though, like what was it last year, earlier this year, whatever, at whatever TeslaCon in Texas, and out come these robots that Elon's created? Well, there's another video I saw on X, the platform, not the substance, where these robots are here with the Cybertruck. Go ahead and let's play this audio. Let's see how it sounds. Just audio sounding of this robot and a Cybertruck. Okay, they're walking on up. There's a robot. He's been handed a cowboy hat, and now he's being handed a Tommy gun. They're talking to each other as robots. And there's a Cybertruck in front.
My word.
Now it has fired a full
This is not a real video. There's no way that robot gets out of the truck like that.
Awesome. Like what?
Way to go.
Like a person.
What do you mean, no way, like a person? What about how he gets out is what...
First off, this exchange right here.
So the one robot is handing the Tommy gun to this weapon. It's just audio. I mean, it could be, they can make it say whatever. The audio isn't an issue.
Right.
Okay, the ready stance here of this alien, Terminator. What's wrong with that? What just happened there? What's wrong with how the cyborg got out of the car? We can yeah, we don't have to loop it all day long. I think it's a real video. I don't know if you've seen this or not, but it's literally these Tesla robots that Elon's created firing off a Tommy gun clip into the side of the Cybertruck, and they're all happy about it. We posed the question last week, and I think this video is our answer. Is Elon suicidal? I don't think Elon's suicidal. We never thought he was. We never said he was. people thought were like, "Well, man, you guys said he's suicidal." I don't think he's suicidal. We just want him on the record because of the moves he's making.
Correct.
You're at a major conference on live television, dropping F-bombs, calling out, Disney to his face.
Right.
Might as well have been Disney himself.
So here's another question, just to tie it back into segment 1, where you were asking if, yelling at opposing players was
Segment 1 today. Got it.
yeah segment 1 today.
Got it.
If yelling at opposing players is okay, being a father,
Sure.
right? What if you were Elon Musk and little baby Noah was in the stands
You're talking about like at that summit conference?
at that summit conference?
I would have dropped. I don't like dropping F-bombs.
Sure.
But we did bring up the question, or I posed the question about cursing and like where did we say that like certain words are bad?
Right.
But with like the F-bomb thing, like there's no reason for it.
Right.
Like I feel like if you have to do that, like if you have to add cursing to what you're saying, like to emphasize it more, then like get a better vocabulary. Like that's kind of how I feel.
Tune
sometimes.
into word of the day.
Tune into it. Be more glib. Be more glib.
I don't think that's what you want to do, but
That's exactly what you want to do. I do like some of Elon's trolling, though. I do think some of his trolling's fun. He is pretty X-rated, though, like with some of his posts a lot of times. Like, it's not like, don't be encouraging your children to follow Elon on Twitter. Like, it's not, some of that is not.
Oh, he's adult.
He's full adult. And what is the age for X? Again, the platform, not the substance. 13?
Parents consent. I don't know.
Parents consent. 2 years old.
Sure.
Hop up. Here you go.
We got to build our brand, sweetie.
Start clicking now. That's it. Because Facebook is or Meta 13, I think was what Meta, at least when it started. Whether or not that still is the case or not, I don't know the answer. But the phone's ringing. 844-STUDIO-4, 844-788-3464. You are welcome to call if you would like to be part of the conversation. Panthers yesterday for the fans. We will have Joe Berg, WSIC News Sports Director. He will be on at 8:30 to break down the top-notch athleticism that took place yesterday. Mathematically, is there still a hope for the Panthers? Even mathematically? No mathematical hope at all. And that's unfortunate. That's not necessarily what you want to see with multiple games left in the season. How about Alabama shaking things up on Georgia there? How about that? We'll talk NCAA college football with Joe Berg. We'll talk probably some local sports as well. See what's going on in the high school basketball team. Who's the high school studs around here? Who's the studs? Need to find out. Maybe we're not going to give anything away today. You want to sign up for the 12 Days of Christmas giveaway is what you want, because that starts on the 7th, which is this week already. Crazy that it's December. You're in your last month of the year, people. How you going to finish the year? Real strong. Real strong. And you're going to do it by starting to sign up for the WSIC 12 Days of Christmas giveaway. Coming back.
More Good Morning LKN with Justin Ckezepis is coming up on the new 105.9 100.7 WSIC.
Check out these great propane-powered deals from G&B Energy in Statesville, and you can get cozy with the new fireplace and save up to $350 in rebates on Cozy Heat fireplaces, or receive a free own-off remote when purchasing gas log sets over $700. Best of all, when I take us water heaters start at $430 after rebates. Visit G&B Energy today off Highway 70 at 120 Entercraft Drive in Statesville, or go to gbeenergy.com.
And now for a look at your weather forecast from the WSIC Weather Center. We are coming off of a nasty weekend, but Monday should be a lot nicer. Mostly sunny skies and a high temperature in the afternoon reaching 60 degrees. As you head into the evening, the skies are going to remain mostly clear, and that low temperature won't be too bad tonight. We'll be above freezing at 34 degrees. This has been your weather forecast from the WSIC Weather Center.
Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin. Billy, your gas light's on. We need to stop and fill up.
No way, Jen. Gas around here is too expensive. We can make it a little further.
Billy, listen to your big sister. You don't need to drive all over searching for the lowest gas prices. Do what I do and use Upside.
Upside?
Do you live under a rock, Billy? Upside is the hottest cash back app out there. It's free to download, and you get real cash back for every gallon of gas you buy. I use it all the time, and I've already made around $200.
You can make that kind of cash back just for buying the gas you have to buy anyway?
Yes, I'm looking at the Upside app now, and there's a gas station at the next exit offering 25 cents per gallon cash back.
Okay, I'm stopping to download Upside and fill up my tank. Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code KIND to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, to PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code KIND for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code KIND for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
Basic Finance wants to wish you a Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays, hoping you have a wonderful holiday season filled with joy, love, family, and friends. If they can make your season a little brighter, Basic Finance is offering their Christmas special again this year. No payments until January. Give Basic Finance a call at 704-380-2175. Drop by Basic Finance at 301 East Front Street. Happy Holidays and Merry Christmas from the entire Basic Finance team.
This is Daniel at NC Auto Repair. Stop by and see us at 1015 Davie Avenue. From now until the end of the year, we're offering 10% discounts on all oil changes for teachers, medical workers, city and county workers. From now until the end of the year, stop by and see us at 1015 Davie Avenue or call us at 980-223-2957. No appointment needed. Remember, if you want to go far, you've got to service that car. NC Auto Repair.
Now, more Good Morning LKN with Justin Ckezepis on the new 105.9, 100.7 WSIC.
Good morning, LKN. 7:33 on this MonYAY. Cruising the streets, Bill's on the sticks. I don't even know if I properly introduced you, Bill.
Bill Guy, the buffer guy. Bill Guy, the buffer guy. Bill Guy, the buffer guy. Radio rules. Bill Guy, the buffer guy. Radio is made of electromagnetic waves. Bill Guy, the buffer guy. Bill Guy, the buffer guy.
What's up, Bill?
What's up, party people? It's MonYAY. December. Can't believe it's December.
Should we talk in our bro voice the entire show?
That's the only voice I have.
What? We're going to skate to one song and one song only, and it's bro-tastic. All right. I'm sick of Thanksgiving food.
Oh, wow.
I'm sick. Actually, let me rephrase it. I'm sick of holiday food.
Oh.
I'm ready to get back to normal.
We are in the thick of holiday.
I'm ready to get back to normal, and normal for me are Big Macs, Whoppers, maybe a little Chick-fil-A. You got to be able to throw that pimento cheese on it, though. You had that pimento cheese on the chicken sandwich?
I have not had it yet. I'm scared of a new, unlocking a new love.
It's real.
Yeah.
It will be
I know
unlocked.
myself, so
yeah,
it's best I keep a distance.
Your ability to refrain.
Right.
Self-refrain is just quite amazing.
Yeah, just don't treat yourself.
Well, McDonald's, I was literally thinking to myself, like, turkey, ham, I get it. I'll eat it. I think we need to spread it 12 months rather than kind of dump it all within 60-day period.
Sure.
But so McDonald's decided, hey, we're gonna revamp.
Okay.
McDonald's said, you know what, we're gonna really take a heavy look at our number one, the Big Mac.
Oh wow.
We're gonna look at this thing.
Staple.
We're gonna revitalize it. We're gonna bring it back to the people. So McDonald's made some significant changes to their Big Mac recently.
Okay.
They just announced. But here's the crazy part. McDonald's has spent the past 7 years making the new Big Mac, and they're rolling it out to the franchisees.
Wow,
right
so
now.
they've been underground, in
7
the McDonald's
years?
lab.
That's like a dog's lifetime right there.
Not my dog.
Looks the same, but here that's the thing, is that they said to themselves, it looks perfect. You watch that commercial, the burger looks perfect. Don't change a thing about the look. But how can we improve the taste? And here's what they did. They got a new thick brioche bun. Stays a little warmer.
Okay, we
a little
like that.
toastier. We like hot food.
Plus, brioche just makes me feel good.
It's quite glib.
No.
New process to dehydrate and rehydrate the onions.
Nice. Is that when they take out all the vitamins?
You gotta, dehydration, that's bad.
Right. You don't want to be dehydrated.
But the fact that they know how to rehydrate onions,
electrolytes, Gatorade,
they pour it right on top.
Marinate it.
Which flavor you want. That's
Fruit
the
punch.
new things you can and here's the kicker. Half ounce of special sauce versus the limited quantity of 1/3 of an ounce of the special sauce previously.
Oh, wow.
That's 3 big changes right there.
I like that.
Try me. Those 3 changes change the entire dynamic of the sandwich.
Right.
Thicker bun, rehydrated fruit punch flavored onions, and a dabble more of sauce. Took them 7 years to figure this out. 7 years. And so is it that did they miss the mark, or don't fix what's not broke? Is the sandwich so good that nobody could come up with something better for the
I
Big
wonder,
Mac?
to me, it comes back to the price.
Ooh.
Now,
Okay.
with these
changes,
with these
increases,
right,
with these improvements,
does that mean that I have to pay $3 more? Because now we're venturing into.
Do you notice like 10-cent increases on things?
Probably not. I mean, I probably do, but don't.
Because like in the burger world, right? Like a 10, 50, like let's say 50 cents. Would you notice a 50-cent increase? Like, you go from $5.99 to $6.49.
Gosh, that doesn't look good. I would notice that.
You would notice that?
I would notice it.
I would notice probably the first number.
I would
as long as you stay on the first number is the same,
Right, that's the
probably
key.
less likely to notice a change.
Right.
Like go from, that's what's hard about that 99. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like that was the original marketing ploy was the
Right.
99. It's less than $1, easy to sell.
Boom.
But now when you're jumping to the next dollar,
right,
it makes it a little bit more tough. There's a lot of things though with this beyond just like the burger itself as far as the ingredients. And here's what they're saying. A very specific burger updated calibrated the gap on the metal clamshell that presses burgers on the grill to the millimeter to avoid pressing too hard and squeezing out all the juices. So now that they're beyond the burger itself, as far as the ingredients or whatever, now the methodology behind cooking it. One of the things that I think most
$15
people
burger.
just to perfect that millimeter. We're perfecting that millimeter.
You don't pay for that millimeter.
People buy the McDonald's burger, some for the taste. Now you're getting cat, but that's a different conversation. But for the thinness of the patties, like that's why Noah likes McDonald's so much, is because the patties are thin, and then it's good. It's a classic burger. So is that the level of perfection? Like, is that necessary? Do you measure? Have you ever noticed a variation of the patty sizes?
I do notice a difference between like a quarter pounder and a
but
a Big Mac.
But let's say a Big Mac. You put 10 Big Macs in a row, you noticing a difference between the patties?
Probably not.
I didn't even know that like there was really any juice left because of how thin it is.
Right.
Like how, what kind of juice are you pouring I guess pouring the Gatorade on top.
More Gatorade.
Yeah, just pour it on top. That's the way to do it.
A little bit of them electrolytes in there.
And beyond that, McDonald's also found that cooking 6 burger patties instead of 8 at a time also improved the consistency and taste.
Okay. Am I going to have to wait longer and pay more?
Sounds like it.
Well, this is the way.
Are you waiting longer at fast food these days when you go through a fast food joint?
I try to avoid fast food restaurants entirely.
Completely?
Yeah.
Stay away from them.
I try to. But I mean, I have had, when I'm going on road trips, obviously they are.
Are you
convenient.
looking for Chick-fil-A most of the time, or what are you looking for?
Well, because Nat is vegetarian, that does limit our options. So Taco Bell has kind of been a safe space in terms of things we can both
My
get.
favorite.
Yeah.
What do you get
talk
at
about
Taco
prices
Bell?
going up.
Yeah, what do you get at Taco Bell?
I don't know.
You getting a steak burrito there from there? You
No.
getting the double cap portion?
No, I get the what is like the chicken chalupa something
Chicken chalupa something?
Yeah.
Cheesy gordita crunch is where you need to be
I think
at.
I get that too. I go all out. I make my quota. Don't worry.
What is
I
Nat
don't go
like
often
from there?
when
She
I
do a
go.
bean thing, or like what does she like to do there?
Yeah, the bean thing, maybe the Crunchwrap Supreme, or what's the flat one?
The Crunchwrap Supreme. Crunchwrap.
Crunchwrap. Yeah,
Crunchwrap.
Supreme.
Yeah.
Yeah, black bean Crunchwrap Supreme.
And I hadn't thought about it before because I'm not a vegan, I'm not a vegetarian, I'm not but I have a good friend whose wife is as well, and he had told me about that Taco Bell is the best brand,
right?
Like from fast food perspective for those scenarios,
Yep.
which is fine with me because I love Taco Bell.
It is good.
So should I at this point maybe encourage Demi to just be vegan or vegetarian so I can eat more Taco Bell?
I don't know, man.
Is that what
It gets slippery.
Because what do you do? Okay, because I can't just live on Taco Bell then at that point.
Right, exactly. No, you can't. So don't do it just for that.
Or can I?
I guess.
As the words came out of my mouth, I said
30
to myself,
straight days of Taco Bell.
There could be a documentary from that. We've seen what happened with McDonald's. Let's try it now with a different one. Maybe there's one that's healthier.
They got breakfast for you too there, I think.
Their AM Crunchwrap?
I have not had that.
See, this is the thing for me. I have no problem with fast food.
Right.
And that's what's dangerous for me.
And I backtrack. I don't have a problem with it. Like I said, I just try to avoid it.
I was on 28 last week. It was, gosh, what was that, Thursday? Excuse me. Wow. And I'm coming down Torrance Chapel, and I'm going to make a right onto Catawba. And I look at Cookouts right there, on that corner next to, between Bojangles. Is it between Bojangles and Starbucks right there on Catawba? And that smokestack is just pouring out of the top of that thing. I was like, maybe I should be a little concerned, but I was like, no, the temperature's like a little bit like cooler. And so like, that differentiator of hot and cold splashing together. But they were churning some stuff out at Cookout. Do you eat Cookout ever?
Not really. Not really. But speaking of McDonald's, I used to give lacrosse lessons back in the day.
I do remember.
And when I was in college, so I used to give lacrosse lessons to this one kid. And super, super nice family, super nice. The mom was also really cool. And the son was a heck of a player. I go on and do some research unrelated after one night at the bar online.
Like you're still at the bar, or you came home after the bar?
At home now. And I'm looking at, I see this thing for like American Icons. And I see that the Big Mac is up there like with like duct tape and like Wrangler jeans. And I do some research and I come to find out that this kid's great grandpa invented the Big Mac.
What?
And I'm over here charging $20 a lesson.
Dude, you got to step. Did you go back to it? Sorry, we had a misprint on the invoice.
Yeah. Nope, I just took it. Just took the $20.
Did you ask him? Did you ask him ever about it?
I did, yeah.
And was it true?
Yeah.
So everything you read on the internet was true.
That in particular was true.
And so does that extrapolate to the entireness of the entire internet?
You could, but that is a very slippery and loose way to go about things.
I like living fast and wild. That's how I live my life. Everything you read on the internet is true, especially WSICnews.com/holiday, because we're giving away 12 days of Christmas starting this week on the 7th. Sign up now.
Keep it right here. Justin will be right back with more Good Morning LKN on the new 105.9 100.7 WSIC.
Here is your WSIC community calendar. 12 Days of Christmas giveaways starts this week, December 7th through the 22nd. Listen each morning to Good Morning LKN, where winners will be announced. Some of the prizes include a scooter, karaoke machine, tech toys, and a free stay at Greystone Lodge in Boone. WSIC's 12 Days of Christmas giveaway starts this week. The Docksiders, performing at Kane Center for the Arts this Saturday, are almost sold out. The Docksiders will take you back to the year 1981. Their unique and eclectic tribute act of yacht rock features songs from Hall & Oates, Christopher Cross, Kenny Loggins, and more. The Docksiders, Saturday, December 9th at Kane Center for the Arts. To purchase your tickets, visit kanearts.org. Want to see more than 5 million Christmas lights at one time? The Amazing Speedway Christmas at Charlotte Motor Speedway is happening now through January 7th. The show is open 6 to 10 p.m., rain or shine. Speedway Christmas at Charlotte Motor Speedway, now through January 7th. For tickets, visit charlottemotorspeedway.com. Santa is here. Schedule your time to take pictures between now and Christmas Eve in Bergdale. Appointments include time with Santa and 8 digital images from a professional photographer. For more info and to schedule your time with Santa, visit bergdalevillage.com. Come enjoy a classic Christmas in Mooresville this Friday. Wagon rides, ice skating, face painting, life-size snow globes, and so much more. Enjoy some time with Santa and the Winter Wonderland experience this Friday night, starting at 5 p.m. For more info, visit mooresvillenc150.com. Have an event you would like to tell people about? Yard sales, estate sales, and everything in between? Visit WSICnews.com and click on events to submit your event today.
And now for a look at your weather forecast from the WSIC Weather Center. We are coming off of a nasty weekend, but Monday should be a lot nicer. Mostly sunny skies and a high temperature in the afternoon reaching 60 degrees. As you head into the evening, the skies are going to remain mostly clear. And that low temperature won't be too bad tonight. We'll be above freezing at 34 degrees. This has been your weather forecast from the WSIC Weather Center.
Revitalize your landscape with ease. Experience hassle-free transformations with Drum Landscape Supply's swift and reliable delivery service. Visit drumlandscapesupply.com today. Drum Landscape Supply, your local one-stop landscape shop.
Good morning, LKN continues now on WSIC. News, talk, now.
Good morning, okay, and 7:48. Welcome back. 12 days of Christmas sign up. Have you signed up yet? WSICnews.com/holiday. That's where you go if you want to sign up for 12 days of Christmas giveaway. Starting December 7th, every morning on Good Morning LKN, we will be giving away prizes. Prizes doesn't even feel right to say. Like these are like legit gifts. One of which of those is a stay at Greystone Lodge, which is a beautiful boutique hotel in Boone. Had the absolute pleasure of going up there this past weekend. It was a little anniversary action for Demi and I. Simultaneous to that, there was the App State basketball game against Auburn, which we got to go to. And Ben Daniels, Senior Director of Sensory,
Did
and
you
his
get to meet,
youngest.
sorry to throw in another Ben in the equation. Ben McKeithen, did you meet him?
Met Ben McKeithen.
Wow.
Dude is tall.
I was about to say, is he as tall as he sounds?
Dude is tall. And it was great to meet him, great to meet the friendly staff at Grayson. What a cool spot, because it's perfectly located in Boone as well, on 105, just south of 321. So you've got this like awesome where you can go down to Grandfather Mountain, which we did. We did the Mile High Bridge. You can get to the Convocation Center. You can get to the stadium, Kid Brewer Stadium. You can get everywhere you need to get to throughout Boone, and all the wonderful things.
Are the Christmas lights and everything out in Boone? The streets kind of.
Yeah, so it was raining, and more than raining, it was super foggy because the air temperature, right, was oddly warm.
Correct.
And with the rain and the mountains, and so you're so high up,
It was an interesting weather weekend.
Yeah, it was. What was it like here back at home?
Warm. Looked like it would be like really rainy.
Yeah.
Like about to rain, but never quite did rain.
Never
on me
got there?
personally.
Yeah.
Yeah, just really warm and wet.
Was the rain not on you personally because like you were inside, or like it didn't hit your apartment?
I think it definitely came around as I was inside. It either happened overnight or early in the AM hours, and then kind of trickled away, and then, like I said, got warm. Looked gloomy, grim even, but ultimately was really warm and kind of nice.
We did the Mile High Bridge at Grandfather Mountain.
What is that like? Because I get the knee shakes pretty bad.
It was so.
Can you appreciate it? Did you look down?
You are at the elevation of 1 mile above sea level. I will say that. But it is not a bridge that drops a mile down underneath you.
Okay.
Let me make that clear.
Little caveat. Doesn't take away.
It doesn't take it away because the views of looking out.
Right. King of the castle.
You can't even describe that.
I will call it North Carolina.
Exactly. And we're pulling up to go up the mountain, like, because, you know, you go up the mountain to get to Grandfather Mountain, then you go up the mountain, right? Like that's kind of the two-step process here. And we get to the bottom, and there's a guy like waving, you know, are you going to the museum? Are you going up? What are you trying to do? You trying to just take pictures here at the picnic area? You know, Forrest Gump, that's where he does the run in Forrest Gump, Tom Hanks.
I'm not a smart man,
Yeah.
but I know what love is.
Yes. And so did this gentleman, because he had told us, he said, I said, how is it up there? He says, it's perfect today. The wind's only 40 miles per hour.
What?
Only 40 mile per hour winds today. It's absolutely perfect. The view's great. The wind's only 40. Head on up.
Did you grab the children?
We were still in the car.
Oh, wow.
They start cheering. Yay!
Yay! Oh,
Only 40. So we drive on up. We get up there, and it's beautiful. It's breathtaking. And in front of me is Ben Daniels, Senior Director of Sensory, who's not happy with the current scenario. I didn't know this about Ben, but he had, I guess, a childhood trauma scenario.
Okay.
Because he's an Eagle Scout.
Right.
But he had a scenario where he did not like going across this bridge. I guess he has visited this bridge before at a previous time in life.
Oh, wow.
And it wasn't a positive experience.
Right. Real fear.
And so we're up there, and homie's grabbing the rail. Like, he's not letting go. Like, he's not interested.
Is he just like straight faced?
And Ben's a funny guy.
Yes.
You know, we interact with him daily.
Sure.
He's funny. And I thought he was being funny, but this was real fear. This was real. It was a sight to see. I've got fears. I'm trying to remember the last time like I witnessed somebody else's like true fears.
Right.
And then there's like these little kids passing by him on the other side, like of the bridge, and he's like, "Nope, go on ahead. I'll just wait here. You guys go ahead and pass." And like
Right, so he does the standstill,
and then quickly grabs the other side too,
Right.
like as soon as they pass. And we get to, I want to give him credit. I think we made it about halfway across before he turned around and went back the other direction.
So he was like, "No, I've had enough. I get it."
And I say I think we made it because like right in the middle they have the marker like placard in the middle of the catwalk that says, you know, 1 mile high, 5,000
Right.
like 280 feet, whatever a mile is up above sea level. And he's like, "All right, made it." And he turns back around and just goes the other way. But he whispers to me as the wind's going past. "Don't forget my children. Bring my children back." And he abandons and he takes off. Thankfully, Demi was already on the side. It was one of those learning lessons for me with my kids this time. Again, Noah 4, Emmy 2. No fear. Just we're coming and going on the bridge like it was no. And even I was like a little like, oh,
Right.
like I was a little bit. I had like
That's the thing about common sense, man.
I had like a 40% pucker effect going on, and I was
Right.
like,
Oh
"Oh,
my
no!" And so I'm grabbing a little bit there, and they're just running back and forth on this
Skipping.
bridge. Yeah, Daddy, let's take another picture.
Come on, come on.
And there's an additional section, like you make it past the bridge. Well, then you can climb the rocks up, like freestyle parkour to another height level. And I was like, "Yeah, no, we're not doing that right now." And
Right.
Emmy was trying to do it.
Right.
Like Emmy was upset that we didn't do it.
Mm.
And that was tough. You afraid of heights?
Yeah.
I don't know many people
I'm
who
not
aren't
like
like
scared.
afraid. Yeah.
I'm not.
I'll get on an airplane.
Yeah, I'll go. I'll climb something.
It's kind of like when you give blood, like I don't want to look at it when they stick me.
Right.
But then once it's in, I'll look. So like if I'm like secure somehow at the top of the mountain, I'll look around. But like, you know, to Ben Daniels' point as far as about the bridge, like
It's so funny to get halfway and to turn around.
it's just interesting seeing the fears of like grown people.
Sure.
You know, because we all have fears. Like,
Right.
like I'll just stay away from mine. Like I'm not going to get into a trunk.
Props to him for knowing
Right.
where he was going
And still went.
and still went.
Oh, but he definitely tried to talk us out of it. So,
right.
so
Hey, they got this.
here was the thing. Greystone offers a discount. If you buy the grandfather tickets through Greystone, they offer you a discount. So I like during breakfast, because they got a nice breakfast spread you can eat while you wait.
Did you go ahead and preemptively sign us up?
I bought the tickets.
Oh, that is hilarious.
And then so we're driving toward it. Ben didn't even know I'd bought them yet.
Oh no.
He's like, "Hey, you know, they got the caverns out here.
Right.
You ever been to the caverns?" I was just
Mine
thinking
some
like
gold.
the weather and stuff. Like, yeah, they got a gem mining. Like, you know, the kids might like that. I said, "Oh yeah, I already bought the tickets." "Oh, you did?" I didn't I didn't realize you already bought the tickets.
Ring, 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 ring.
So there was no turning that ship around at that point. And but he was quick to get his phone out and took some beautiful pictures, though.
Right.
But it was definitely like a, hang on, quick, and just took the picture, and that was it.
That's great.
Yeah. So that was part of the adventure. It's always fun. What's your fear? 844 Studio 4 84.
What's your fear? Let's face it.
844-788-3464. Mine, I don't like dark, tight spaces. So
Right.
like Mr. Beast burying himself, like nah.
Sure.
Like just kill me. No.
Oh wow.
Yeah, just no.
Okay.
That's gonna be a no.
Yeah.
That's gonna be a no. Absolutely not.
That's cool.
So, what about you?
Fears? Fear-wise?
Yeah, and don't say you don't have any.
No, I definitely have fears. You know, any sort of like bite from any sort of venomous creature.
Oh, like a snake.
Snake, yeah.
What else are venomous besides snakes? Or other
Spiders?
Oh, true.
Komo-
Fish. There's a couple fish. That
Komodo dragons?
are they venomous?
Oh yeah.
Those are big too, aren't they?
Oh yeah.
Don't be playing with komodos.
No, I try not to. Like I said, I try to avoid them.
Do they have them in North America besides at zoos?
I'm not sure. I try to stay away from 'em, so if
Anywhere
I
that
ever
says
get, like,
Komodo,
yeah, Komodo's
turn
present.
me around.
Yeah, no, I'm not.
Komodo's-
I can find a better parking spot.
Komodo's present. Oh,
Yeah, Komodo crossing.
I'm trying to think if there was. So they do have like a zoo kind of, not a zoo, but they have like a couple animals there at Grandfather Mountain as well that they have in
Sure.
cages.
For lack of a
I'm
better
trying
word,
to think of
small, dark, tight
small
spaces.
pens that are about the size of a nice.
What kind of animals? Like rams?
Decent sized park.
I haven't
here.
seen a ram in a while.
It wasn't a ram. They have otters.
Okay.
We missed the otters though. I think they were being fed or vaccinated or something. And then 2 bald eagles. Those were definitely fully caged. And
Love to see it.
and then there were bears. The bears were like hibernating though, because it's like getting cold out. But there was
Classic.
one hanging out, of course, in a cage that you
Right.
could see, and it's kind of like
We keep this one awake.
and then there was cougars, also caged.
Ooh,
2 cougars.
animal cougars. Got it.
Yes, not people cougars. And I'm trying to think what other animals there were. There was like a couple of things inside, but it wasn't like they weren't real. They were like stuffed. I don't think they were real stuff though. They weren't like caught and then put on the mountain. It was a great way to showcase the beautiful,
Right.
animals that live.
I like it when they're like.
Is that okay to
horns.
sacrifice 2 bald eagles out of all of them to keep them caged, like just so we can showcase and
I'm sure
preserve?
I'm sure there's a deeper purpose there.
I don't know if they were like injured and like they can't live in the
Right,
wild type
right.
birds. They were pretty stagnant though, like they were just hanging out,
Right.
like not doing much flying.
Yeah.
That's rough. Thinking about it now, I kind of feel bad now. Am I
That's the
contributing?
thing. That's
Am
the
I
thing
contributing
about
to
zoos and that type of thing. It can really.
It's kind of messing with me right now.
Right.
I'm having like this moral.
Well, remember what we talked about earlier. If you're ever in question, the answer is probably no.
You want some French fries with that wham burger? Is that what I
think
should
it's
say
a
to myself?
Burger.
It's wham burger.
Wine burger.
No, no, it's a wham burger. You want some French fries with that from Joe
Wine
Dirt?
burger.
No, it's wham burger.
Wine burger.
It's a wine. You want some French fries with that wine burger? Doesn't sound as right.
What does wham mean? Wine and French fries is what they're doing. I didn't want to correct you earlier, but I
You
want to
should
correct
have.
you now.
No, yeah, we'll have to look that up. It's from Joe Dirt.
100.7 WSIC, Statesville, W290DK, Mooresville, Lake Norman, North Charlotte.
On land, where Fox's Jonathan Savage reports.
It's described as a self-defense strike on an imminent threat. We're told a group of fighters appeared to be preparing a drone or rocket attack targeting U.S. forces in Iraq. Before they could do any damage, they were taken out by a one-way United States drone. The Islamic resistance in Iraq, which is backed by Iran, says 5 of its members were killed.
This after Iran-linked militants have targeted U.S. forces in the region more than 70 times in recent weeks. In the Red Sea, an American warship, the USS Carney, fired at Iran-backed Houthi rebels in Yemen. defending 3 commercial ships that had come under attack. Now to Gaza.
We've seen Black Hawk helicopters likely evacuating casualties to hospitals in central Israel. You can hear some of that artillery in the distance. A very large fire mission taking place against the northern part of the Gaza Strip right now. It's day 59 of the war between Israel and Hamas.
Fox's Trey Youngston, Sderot, Israel.
Israel is expanding their operation to the southern part of Gaza, now targeting positions on the ground near the city of Khan Yunis.
Now, Israel's been urging Palestinians to evacuate areas of heavy fighting. Officials with the Hamas-run health ministry say more than 15,000 Palestinians have been killed in the Israeli attacks. The Air Force says divers have found wreckage of the Air Force Osprey aircraft that crashed last week off the coast of Japan. They've also found the remains of 5 crew members. One other crew member was found last week. A former American diplomat who used to be the U.S. ambassador to Bolivia under arrest in Florida. Manuel Rocha accused of
working to promote the Cuban government's interests over the course of his 25-year diplomatic career. Much of his time and work spent in Latin America during the Cold War.
Fox's Alexandria Hoff. Spotify is going to lay off 17% of the music streaming services workforce. America's listening to Fox News.
Brace yourself for the ultimate holiday deal with Consumer Cellular. Snag an incredible 50% off the Iris Flip when you buy before December 17th, making it only $34.50. The Iris Flip is all the phone and camera you need with a user-friendly design, the perfect flip phone companion. Plus, you'll get nationwide coverage and always free activation. Score 50% off when you use promo code RADIO50. Head over to consumercellular.com and use promo code RADIO50 during checkout to score this deal.
Hi, Dr. Ron Paul here. The Fed creates and pops bubbles using interest rate manipulation. Why put the value of your IRA or 401k at their mercy? This is why I recommend a physical gold IRA from Birch Gold Group. To get a free info kit from Birch Gold, text the word SHELTER to 989898. That's SHELTER to 989898. Do it now and protect your savings.
There's a manhunt in Dallas, Texas for whoever went on a shooting rampage in a house yesterday, killing 3 adults and a 1-year-old little boy. A 15-year-old girl was wounded, now in a hospital. Police still looking for the gunman. There was also a deadly attack in a home in Queens, New York City, but that killer was found and killed.
Police have identified the suspect as Courtney Gordon, whom they say stabbed a woman, a man, and 2 children to death, all likely members of the same family. Another woman was also stabbed and critically hurt. NYPD Chief of Department Jeffrey Madry said officers spoke to Gordon as he left the house.
Basically a casual conversation. Hey, did you hear anything? Do you know what's going on? And the male kind of nodded, and then he drew a knife from off his person, and he immediately attacked both officers.
One officer was slashed in the neck, the other in the head, just before Gordon was shot and killed. Both officers are expected to recover. In New York, Gernal Scott, Fox News.
On Wall Street, stocks could fall to start the week after gains last week put the Dow at a new high for the year. Sunday night football came down to the last minute.
Mahomes going to buy the time, circle around, look, flip it up to the end zone. Kelsey down there, what a contact! Incomplete! No flag! Packers win!
Green Bay held on to beat the Kansas City Chiefs 27-19 on NBC. Earlier, San Francisco routed Philadelphia 42-19. Indianapolis beat Tennessee in overtime. Houston snapped Denver's 5-game win streak. Atlanta beat the New York Jets to take the NFC South Division lead. Arizona upset Pittsburgh, Miami, Detroit, and Tampa Bay. And both L.A. teams, the Rams and Chargers, were all winners as well. In college football, Florida State fans are angry. The team was left out of the college football playoff Final Four after finishing the season undefeated. Texas and Alabama were chosen ahead of Florida State. Both teams have 1 loss. Michigan and Washington, the undefeated top 2. I'm Dave Anthony. This is Fox News.
Buying gifts in this economy? Forget about it. Introducing the 12 Days of Christmas giveaway. For your chance to win, register online at WSICnews.com/holiday. Kitchen essentials, tech toys, kids gifts, a mountain getaway, and much, much more. Oh, yeah. WSIC's 12 Days of Christmas giveaway. Winners will be drawn each weekday morning on Good Morning LKN starting December 7th through December 22nd.
And now for a look at your weather forecast from the WSIC Weather Center. We are coming off of a nasty weekend, but Monday should be a lot nicer. Mostly sunny skies and a high temperature in the afternoon reaching 60 degrees. As you head into the evening, the skies are going to remain mostly clear, and that low temperature won't be too bad tonight. We'll be above freezing at 34 degrees. This has been your weather forecast from the WSIC Weather Center.
Call now to speak with Justin Ckezepis at 844-STUDIO-4. It's Good Morning LKN on the new 105.9, 100.7 WSIC.
Good morning, LKN. 8:06 on this MonYAY. Let's get it started right. It's black powder in the cup. Located on Highway 150. That's exit 36, Mooresville. You make a left of the Chick-fil-A. You go down into the business park. You find black powder coffee. You walk in there. Melissa! Melissa's there waiting. She's hanging out. And all you say, Melissa, good morning to you. Or good evening. Good afternoon. I don't think evening. They're probably not open like late night. Like you're not going in there like 2 a.m. Anyway, you say, Melissa, 10% off, please. WSIC, the Good Morning fam, they sent me. She'd say, yeah, absolutely. 10% off. Here you go. And that's what you get. The beans, the flavored beans. Bill, what flavor did you make today? What flavor did you pop in the pot?
What's the cookie that we got going on?
Snickerdoodle?
Snickerdoodle, yeah, it's pretty good.
Snickerdoodle. You know I don't cut it. No cream, no sugar.
No need.
But they got the flavored beans. You just grind them up. You brew it. We do a little drip action. You know they got that nitro cold brew there. You a cold brew guy? Have we talked about that?
I will have some cold brew. It's not my first preference, though.
But if it's like, do you have like a hankering for coffee? Like, is that a thing for you at this point, like in life? Like, I need coffee, and like if it's there,
I
I'll
think
drink
I would
it?
like coffee, but no, it's not like a thing.
You do tea ever?
I love tea, yeah.
Big tea guy?
Yeah, always have a
Like ginseng?
little nighttime warm drink, yeah.
For the tum-tum?
Hot drink time. Not
Like-
for the tum-tum, just for the warmth and, I don't know.
Do you put honey in it?
I do.
Just honey?
Yes, usually just honey. Sometimes Grace will throw a little bit of cream in there or milk, little leche, just a little splash.
Mm.
But that's
Tea
only
versus
special.
coffee.
Um,
You had both options.
I think ideally, I mean, I love coffee, right? I love coffee. Tea, I think maybe a little bit better for the teeth,
Oh, is it? Okay.
right? So it doesn't stain them maybe
important.
as much.
That's
right?
important.
Tea, well, I don't know, because with black powder, I mean, they got all sorts of flavors,
That's the advantage.
right? Tea, there are all sorts
You
of
can do
flavors,
like
but
regular
black powder does have
earth,
all, right,
or you can do, snickerdoodle.
right. So I'm a lover of both, man, to be honest. Love both of them, and can't wait to see what's in store for the future.
As it relates to the tea
As it relates to the tea.
and the substances of consumption.
So I also have, not to change subjects on you.
No, you can.
I think we were both wrong on the Joe Dirt.
Oh.
So I found the clip.
Oh,
It's a great
look at
clip.
him, fellas. You crying, boy? You crying, boy? Maybe we'll go back down to McDonald's and get you a Whamburger and some French fries. How about a Weineken? You little sissy boy! Def Leppard sucks!
Are we allowed to be laughing at this in this day and age? Like
Yes.
politically? Like, is that still
Yes.
okay?
Yes, dude, yes.
Joe Dirt was like a staple for us as growing up
Yes,
as kids.
that was
Like-
funny.
Like
that right there was a funny scene.
it reinvigorated the mullets.
Yeah.
Like it came down to, okay, mullets have died off. Oh wait, Joe Dirt's out. Mullets are back.
Right. And never been cooler.
So it was a whabber. Wham.
It was a
wham
burger. Not a wham burger.
Wham.
Right.
Maybe I was too nasally
Wham burger.
on my first time.
And
saying
that's
it.
on me.
Wham burger.
And some French fries.
Go
But I
down
know
and
you were
get
like,
you
a wham burger? I know that's what you were saying. Can I get you a wham burger?
Because I was emphasizing. I like to emphasize my letters.
Right.
Wham. Get you a wham burger. But it's a
Wham.
wham burger.
Some French fries.
It's harder to say it that way.
Right.
What kid is that? Kid Rock, right? Who played the
Oh yeah.
the antagonist in Joe Dirt?
Yeah, I'm surprised he didn't get nominated for anything for that.
For that scene specifically where he
yeah.
makes fun of somebody.
Yeah, no, he didn't get it. I thought that was really good acting though.
Strong.
It
You know what?
good.
Play it again. You know, let's
All
just see.
right,
Let's just see. Maybe we'll add this to our audio bank.
Oh, look at him, fellas. You crying, boy? You crying, boy? Maybe we'll go back down to McDonald's and get you a lamb burger and some French fries. How about a Weineken? You little sissy boy!
You're giggling at it.
It's so funny.
I'm trying to. It's like a really deep movie though. Like and like it's silly, but like Joe Dirt like was abandoned by his parents as a kid and like so an orphan, and now he's attempting to find them, and he thought he was in love with a girl.
Right.
And the guy who's trying to steal that away from him is making fun of him, making him cry.
Right.
All while you're laughing at the clip now.
Right. Well, same things that make me laugh make me cry. So,
how would this clip, like in what context would this clip make you cry?
Because I feel bad for Joe Dirt.
So, but when does that switch happen, I guess? Because you're
it
laughing
does
at him,
not.
right? He's like,
I have to laugh or I'll cry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have you
I think it's
ever,
funny.
what was the last movie you cried during?
Oh man, something that I had no business crying in probably. I can't recall when I was brought to actual tears.
Demi cried during a movie one of my movies. And by that I mean, you know, sometimes we don't always agree, right, on which movie to watch.
Okay.
I tend to pick the more gangster movies, if you would.
All right.
That's typically what I go.
Very cool.
Have you seen Man on Fire?
I love Man on Fire.
Denzel.
Of course.
What's the little blonde girl's name?
Couldn't tell you.
But you know who I'm talking about.
100%.
The premise of that movie, and here's the spoiler if you haven't seen it. I think it came out like in 2015, so I'm not sorry for spoiling this, but
it's okay.
A gentleman who played by Denzel Washington, who has a bit of a drinking problem, though is an excellent body man, not Secret Service, but like
a hitman,
basically, ends up bodyguarding a little girl for a wealthy family in Mexico. The girl gets taken, and not to be confused with the movie Taken, and Denzel works his way to get her back. And then there's this scene at the very end when he finally gets her and they meet at the bridge to exchange. He exchanges himself for her, but he has been shot, and you can tell it's settling in, him and the girl. I want to say Dakota Fanning.
I want to say it's Dakota Fanning. I don't, but I think you are right there.
It feels right,
It does
but I
feel
could
right.
be wrong.
Right.
They realize looking into each other's eyes that he is going to die for her. So as I'm watching it with Demi, she's doing things on her phone,
Right.
et cetera, et cetera.
Passive watching.
By the time we get to the end, this is the stupidest movie I have ever seen. She cried. Got her to cry during Man on Fire. That's how good of an actor Denzel is.
Denzel's the man.
That's a strong movie.
I would probably ask
What
him
about
to play me.
Denzel? Who's Joe Dirt played by? What's his name? That's
David Spade.
David Spade. Denzel and David in a movie together. Joe Dirt and Denzel together. I think he's got to be Joe Dirt though. I'm not really interested in him being a different character.
Yeah.
Greatest role of his career?
For David, maybe. I don't know about Denzel.
Denzel's hard. He's got a few.
Right.
It's hard to pin one down.
I like John Q. That's one of my favorite Denzel movies.
That's a deep one.
Yeah.
John Q is
Love that one.
deep.
That's probably the last one that made me tear up.
That one will definitely make you tear, especially the ending.
Yeah.
He's riding in the police
Hey,
car.
yo, John, you my hero.
Oh, yeah. What's his name?
What is his name?
We'll just rehash a bunch of movie clips.
Right.
That's what we could do. every
Haphazardly.
morning.
Yeah.
Just
Not knowing the actor's name. Who said that?
knowing it.
I don't know.
You remember that one line?
Right, from that one scene.
From that one scene in that one movie?
Yeah, that's about right.
You know what I remember? That Thursday starts 12 Days of Christmas. WSICnews.com/holiday, baby. Sign up now. WSICnews.com/holiday. Sign up 12 Days of Christmas. Greystone Lodge, scooter, blender, stuff.
Keep it right here. Justin will be right back with more Good Morning LKN on the new 105.9 100.7 WSIC.
Here is your WSIC community calendar. 12 Days of Christmas giveaways starts this week, December 7th through the 22nd. Listen each morning to Good Morning LKN, where winners will be announced. Some of the prizes include a scooter, karaoke machine, tech toys, and a free stay at Greystone Lodge in Boone. WSIC's 12 Days of Christmas giveaway starts this week. The Docksiders, performing at Kane Center for the Arts this Saturday, are almost sold out. The Docksiders will take you back to the year 1981. Their unique and eclectic tribute act of yacht rock features songs from Hall & Oates, Christopher Cross, Kenny Loggins, and more. The Docksiders, Saturday, December 9th at Kane Center for the Arts. To purchase your tickets, visit kanearts.org. Want to see more than 5 million Christmas lights at one time? The Amazing Speedway Christmas at Charlotte Motor Speedway is happening now through January 7th. The show is open 6 to 10 p.m., rain or shine. Speedway Christmas at Charlotte Motor Speedway, now through January 7th. For tickets, visit charlottemotorspeedway.com. Santa is here. Schedule your time to take pictures between now and Christmas Eve in Bergdale. Appointments include time with Santa and 8 digital images from a professional photographer. For more info and to schedule your time with Santa, visit bergdalevillage.com. Come enjoy a classic Christmas in Mooresville this Friday. Wagon rides, ice skating, face painting, life-size snow globes, and so much more. Enjoy some time with Santa and the Winter Wonderland experience this Friday night, starting at 5 p.m. For more info, visit mooresvillenc150.com. Have an event you would like to tell people about? Yard sales, estate sales, and everything in between? Visit WSICnews.com and click on events to submit your event today.
And now for a look at your weather forecast from the WSIC Weather Center. We are coming off of a nasty weekend, but Monday should be a lot nicer. Mostly sunny skies and a high temperature in the afternoon reaching 60 degrees. As you head into the evening, the skies are going to remain mostly clear. And that low temperature won't be too bad tonight. We'll be above freezing at 34 degrees. This has been your weather forecast from the WSIC Weather Center.
Now, more stimulating talk for Lake Norman Statesville with Justin Ckezepis. It's Good Morning LKN on the new 105.9, 100.7 WSIC.
Good morning, LKN. 8:18. Happy MonYAY to you. Let's get a look at the streets. Jeff with iCats is on the phone. RideICats.com. Alternative transportation. $3 to commute to the city of Charlotte from Iredell County. Jeff, how are the streets looking?
Good morning, Justin. 77 south from Langtree, exit 31, down to Huntersville. Heavy congestion as you enter into Charlotte on 77 south. Traffic is moving, but moving slow. 77 north, around the Huntersville area, traffic is getting heavy, slowing down some. So just take your time as you're going out. I haven't heard of any accidents this morning, beside the one on Amity Hill Road, which that's cleaned up by now. Secondary roads in the Statesville-Mooresville area look good this morning. So hope everybody has a good week.
Jeff, what's it like every day to be able to cruise in the HOV lane and just look at all that traffic and not have to actually stay in it?
Well, for most of the time, I get to avoid it. But every once in a while, we do have an accident in the toll lane. So I much prefer being in the toll lane moving than sitting as a 77 parking lot.
And that's what you can do when you ride iCats. RideICats.com. $3 to commute from Iredell County to the city of Charlotte each way. Jeff, we appreciate you. Did you have a good weekend this past weekend, sir?
It was. Went to the Louisville, Florida State game. It was kind of a boring game, to be honest, but it was fun. Still the college atmosphere, the bands, everything. So it was a good weekend. I hope you had a good weekend.
I did, yes, sir. Did you have your shirt off and chest painted for Florida State, or no? Were you not a true? Are they the Seminoles? Are they the Seminoles? Is that what they are? Yeah.
They are the Seminoles, and I joked with Bill this morning that I have that Seminole chant going off in my head still. You know, they do that Tommy Hawk chop and they're, you know, so anyways, but it was a fun time. So, but it's always, college sports is always good to to see the fans, and most of the time everybody behaves themselves, and that's good.
That's right. All in good fun, Jeff. We appreciate you. Thanks for keeping the streets safe and keeping us apprised. We will talk to you tomorrow morning at 7:15.
All right. Have a great day.
You too, sir. Speaking of Seminoles. Oh, wait, no. Different time. It was kind of close.
I don't know about that. All right, all you city slickers. Excellent report of traffic there from Jeff, per the usual.
Oh, no, mister.
What's unusual is some of this news I'm seeing.
Uh-oh.
All right, here's our dose of the good, the bad, and the ugly, presented by Nelson Royals, nelsonroyals.com. It is the store with the horse on top. All of your boots, saddlery, work, and Western wear. Nelson Royals.
If you've seen the horse on the roof, you haven't gone too far.
Exactly. In fact, that's where it is.
Yeah.
Go to it.
Yeah, go there.
Exactly.
And they got some nice belt buckles. You go in there, you check out that belt buckle display.
I got to. Good news. Davidson leaders vote to rename I-77 exit after Steph Curry. That's right. Leaders voted to rename exit 30 the Stephen Curry interchange to honor Charlotte natives' accomplishments with Davidson basketball. All right.
Okay. That's good, you said?
That's on our good spot here.
Is it? Okay.
So
you said Steph Curry Boulevard?
Steph Curry interchange.
So they didn't say what type of road
We can talk about it.
Okay, all right.
We can talk about it. I got some bad news, I guess this is.
Okay.
And this is kind of breaking news. U.S. Navy destroyer shoots down 3 drones in the Red Sea, Pentagon says. So we'll talk a little bit more about that. And then I got some ugly news, keeping it back to a little bit more lighthearted stuff. Gary, Golden Bachelor, Gary Turner.
Jerry.
Well, the jig is up.
Oh, no.
Originally, it was thought that Gary had not been with anyone else since the passing of his wife. Turns out someone has come forward saying that her and Gary were not only together, but they actually lived together for a little bit of time.
What?
And also, let's see, the ex-girlfriend identified only as Carolyn. She also accused Gary of disinviting her to the finale because of her weight gain.
Disinviting her?
Yes.
Whoa.
Right. This is a sloppy story here.
Whoa.
Yes.
Jerry.
Yes, allegations. Gary Turner disinvited Carolyn from his high school reunion. Oh, from his high school reunion, excuse me. From the high school reunion, not the show reunion.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was going to say that was going to get even weirder. Like, he invited her to it and then disinvited her to it. Like, hey, I'm going to keep you on the side in case. Like, what?
Yes, said...
what, Gary? Jerry?
Gary said, I'm not taking you, and pointed to her body, alleging that I'm not taking you looking like that.
What?
Yeah, Gary Turner.
I thought Jerry was the nicest guy in the world.
He appears to be. I don't know if all this is real or not. I'm going to let you guys chop it up and decide, man. But,
maybe it was all glib.
But maybe it was all glib. Now, that is an excellent use. Well done. Yeah, Gary Turner. So, that's what I got for you. A little good, bad, and ugly there.
I'm going to save Jerry for the end of that one right there. Yeah. Okay, so going through the 3 stories again, good, bad, and the ugly, brought to you by Nelson Royals. So let's start with that good. Steph Curry interchange. Told you this before. I apologize if it offends anybody. Not interested. I just don't, you go renaming roads to try to, what's the point? Isn't it, was it Griffin Street?
Yeah.
What did the family get a vote of who it's named after currently? Do they get a say-so in the matter right now?
Yeah, there was, it was not a unanimous decision.
Which affects the DOT allowing of it, right?
Right. Sorry, I'm scrolling through a bunch of tabs, but yes, that does affect it.
I just, look, if you're going to try to rename to entice, look, let's be honest.
Oh, the request was approved by NCDOT.
Oh, it was approved.
It was approved, yes.
Steph Curry, does he even care? Like, what's the value in this?
I hope so. I'm sure they're hoping that he comes.
Is that what they're trying to do though? Like,
right.
Is that the goal here?
I would imagine.
What's the goal?
Some buzz about Davidson.
Right, but like, if we're gonna go renaming roads about people who have like, what has he done for Davidson?
I remember that Sweet 16 gave this entire town a surplus of pride.
Sure,
and
absolutely.
great memories. And he's also one of the best basketball players, I mean, you could consider ever.
I would agree with that. I don't disagree with that. I guess I'm just more looking about it. Should we be naming roads after him at this
It's
point?
an interchange. Seems pretty.
But what's he doing? Like, does he? I'm not saying he doesn't. I'm just asking the question. What does he do locally
I guess he just continues to be a baller.
for California?
Yeah, but his roots are here. He's a Panther fan, man.
Does he even own a house here?
I'm sure he does.
You sure?
No. I'm actually not sure.
You're pretty confident on that one. Let's pull up the old
Well, maybe this will bring him back.
tax record and look up the trust. You know,
Maybe this will bring him back. Maybe.
And if that's the goal, say it.
Right.
Steph, we want you back here locally.
Oh yeah, I don't think anybody will say.
Come do stuff locally.
Yep.
You know, okay. Then maybe there's some other methods we can do to get him here for that. Let's have a roundtable session. You know, this is what government really is supposed to do, right? They don't take action. They're supposed to like sit around and talk about it for a while. I feel like we jumped the gun on this one though. Like everything else where we sit around and talk about for 6 years before we actually do anything.
Here's why I think it works out.
Okay.
Is because I think the exit is exit 30 and his number is number 30. To me,
Was his number 30 at Davidson?
Yes.
Okay.
So I just think that just works out too perfectly.
Okay. But just again, I go back to what is he doing locally? Is he paying for the signage?
He's continuing his Hall of Fame career.
Who's paying for the signage?
Bottom line, when people drive by Steph Curry interchange, they're going to be like, oh, wow, Steph Curry. I almost forgot. Except now I have.
Does Davidson care if more people come to Davidson, though? I don't think they're interested in more people coming to Davidson.
That's a fair point.
I mean, how many new units they making these days?
Well, they just want you to be in awe.
And don't call me a Grinch, okay?
I am.
Don't call me a Grinch for
it.
Don't call me a Grinch for it. You got the holiday banner around on the video right now, WSICnews.com, all the social platforms. I'm just saying, you go renaming roads after people.
Slippery slope, I get it.
Rename roads after people who are doing things locally. Yes, absolutely. If we're going to rename roads, I don't even care about renaming roads. That's not even
I think his impact locally, though, when he was here was that of,
what?
You know, a Cam Newton stature of like, you know.
But he ain't here.
Not anymore.
I'm all for like on Davidson's campus, on Davidson College campus,
Maybe
do
like
something.
Curry.
Do something.
Curry Court.
Put a statue of him out there and his dad. You know,
I'm
that's
sure it's
cool.
coming.
I'm fine with that. I got no problem with it. That makes sense. But to say that Steph Curry is Davidson, when's the last time Steph Curry's been to Davidson?
I think he actually has done some stuff with like the Ada Jenkins Foundation. and
I hope he
everything like
does.
that.
He
Yeah.
absolutely should.
I think he has.
I hope he does.
He has and he does.
Love to hear more about
Change your
it.
answer? I'll do some research on it. But I remember we had, I think it was Bill Russell's show, maybe.
If he has done some stuff locally and they aren't touting the
Will
local
you
things
rescind it?
he's done, well, but to what degree does he have to do
Will
it?
you rescind it?
I will.
Build a whole new Ada Jenkins Center. Will you rescind it?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, oh, for sure. He builds a whole new Ada Jenkins Center and like funds them for 6 years? Absolutely. I definitely will.
All right.
I got no problem with that. U.S. Navy destroyer in Red Sea getting dollywopped. We better shut it down right now.
Right.
Your boy ain't playing with, when it comes to military, your boy ain't playing. The world
win.
needs to know
Yeah.
we ain't playing games.
That's
so you can ignore the weakness at the top. The next leader ain't going to be weak. Gary. Your boy Jerry.
Gary, man, this is
I
heartbreaking.
go a whole season of believing this is the guy.
You know, man, they come for you though once you start getting famous.
They do.
They come for
They
you, man.
do.
Dang, that's messed up.
Yeah, they come out of the woodwork. You gotta be careful. Gotta watch your 6. 12 days of Christmas sign. That's where you better start with. WSICnews.com/holiday. You sign up there, you get added to the protective list. The protected list of you may win prizes. You may win some gifts. You may win a mountain trip, courtesy of Greystone Lodge in Boone.
It's worth it.
12 days of Christmas. WSICnews.com/holiday. Joe Berg up next.
There's more Good Morning LKN on the way from the new 105.9 100.7 WSIC.
Hi, this is Andy with Lake Mountain Coffee, located at 110 West Broad Street in Statesville. Did you know we also own and operate Statesville's first coffee roasting facility? We roast coffee beans for businesses, fundraising events, special occasions such as a wedding. We can even put a custom message on the back of your bags. If you're a company or simply someone with a coffee need, give us a call at 704-252-1886. And remember, if you want fresh, you must go local.
And now for a look at your weather forecast from the WSIC Weather Center. We are coming off of a nasty weekend, but Monday should be a lot nicer. Mostly sunny skies and a high temperature in the afternoon reaching 60 degrees. As you head into the evening, the skies are going to remain mostly clear. And that low temperature won't be too bad tonight. We'll be above freezing at 34 degrees. This has been your weather forecast from the WSIC Weather Center.
Senator Tom Tillis is harnessing the power of clean energy to create a stronger America. Building a clean energy economy will create high-wage American manufacturing jobs and expand opportunities for hardworking families to thrive and prosper. Investing in clean energy innovation will strengthen our electric grid and make it more resilient against natural disasters and foreign hackers. Senator Tom Tillis understands that clean energy is vital to America's economic and national security. To become energy independent, America needs an all-of-the-above energy strategy. Wind, solar, and homegrown biofuels can help break our dependence on foreign energy, create a booming economy, and protect our environment for generations to come. America can lead the world in clean energy innovation. Call 202-224-3121. Thanks, Senator Tom Tillis, for building America's clean energy economy. Paid for by Americans for a balanced budget.
If you need home medical equipment, call Lowry Drug in Statesville. We have everything you need in stock, including portable oxygen concentrators, CPAPs, masks, lift chairs, wheelchairs, scooters, hospital beds, supplies, and anything else you need. Get it when you need it. Check out LowryDrug.com or call 704-873-2247. Lowry Drug, your hometown source since 1959, across from Iredell Memorial Hospital. We are worth the drive. Come see us.
The year-end push is on at Randy Marion Ford Lincoln. If you need to buy that commercial vehicle for the tax write-off, Randy Marion Ford in Statesville, we've got you covered. We got everything from service bodies to flatbeds to box trucks, long 24-footers, you name it, commercial-wise, Randy Marion in Statesville has it. Check with the accountant. Make sure you're not going to pay too much in tax for 2023. Come see us today. We can help alleviate that tax bill. Randy Marion Ford in Statesville, right here on I-77, exit 49B.
When you have problems with your air conditioning system, you need SHA Mechanical, serving our region since 1975. SHA will make sure your system is in the best condition at the best times. Call SHA Mechanical at 704-872-8708.
Hey, this is Representative Jeff McNeely. Stay right here on WSIC. I'll be on at 11 a.m. Can't wait to hear and talk to you on News Talk WSIC.
Now, more Good Morning LKN with Justin Ckezepis on the new 105.9, 100.7 WSIC.
Good morning, LKN. 8:33 on this MonYAY. Joe Berg, WSIC Sports Director, coming to us from Studio A now. Joe, is there a mathematical chance still for the Carolina Panthers?
No, we can rejoice today. We have officially been eliminated from the playoffs.
I can finally sleep at night.
I know. We don't have to worry about anything else. We can just be glad that the suffering is ending soon.
Well, we can be really hopeful, right? Because we get a really, really good, strong slot in the draft, right? Don't we? For next year's draft, don't we get a really, really good, strong pick? Joe?
Oh, sorry, that was my fault.
Oh,
sorry about that, Joe.
Joe, do we get a really
laughing and trying
Sorry
not to laugh too hard at Justin, because I've been telling you we don't have that draft pick. Our first round draft pick it belongs to the Bears.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so we got that going for us.
This is the worst possible situation.
Yeah.
It doesn't. So it doesn't get any worse. Is that it?
I mean, the only way it could get worse is if Bryce Young gets injured at the end of the year.
Oh, dude, don't even say it, man.
Well, you asked the question.
I was prepared for an up-only mentality is what I was prepared for.
That's not how we do it over here.
All right, so let's start with college football.
Big weekend for college football.
Huge.
Controversial
Oh,
weekend for
God.
college football.
How are we feeling about the standings right now, Joe Berg?
So who are our 4 teams in?
So our 4 teams in. Number 1, Michigan.
Michigan, yep.
Number 2, Washington.
Washington, okay.
Number 3, Texas.
Oh.
And number 4, Alabama.
So they ended up slipping both Texas and Alabama into the top 4. I know that was one of the debates.
And 13-0 Florida State kicked out. Mainly, and no, it's not mainly, it's definitely because their starting quarterback was hurt. So they punished the team for one player being hurt. And I don't know if anybody saw the statement from Florida State's head coach.
Ooh, he's not happy.
He basically said, what else do we have to do? Like, what more can we do? 13-0. They beat plenty of teams. They didn't schedule that many softball games this year.
Right.
Undefeated, won their conference, and they got knocked out. I don't understand it.
Big win against LSU at LSU, I believe.
Yep.
Yeah, so I mean they had a resume there. It's interesting because I'm torn because I feel like these are the 4 best teams, but if I was Florida State, there's no way I would not be super upset. I thought they were going to let Florida State go in.
Yeah, and it felt like if Florida State was able to win their conference, they were going to be in because they were already slotted in at the 4.
I mean, they got a good defense.
They do, but I think the problem was that game was so ugly.
Right.
They didn't want, because it's a television show. At the end of the day, it's a TV show. They want to get the most ratings possible.
Right.
How do you do that? You put Alabama in instead of Florida State.
Right.
It's a terrible idea. It's one of the reasons why I can't wait until the human element of rankings is out of college football, because you shouldn't have a bunch of people sitting upstairs who think they know better than the results on the field. It's terrible.
I for one disagree, Joe. I think that we should just allow people to tell us what to do every single day. That we should just succumb and allow those who declare they're smarter than us in the world to control our every position.
Sounds good to me.
What about locally? Anything going on with local basketball? Any games been happening? How's Lake Norman doing? What's going on?
Yeah, so we did have some local basketball on Friday. Lake Norman, well, actually, they didn't play. They play on Tuesday. They got Huff. Lake Norman.
That's a big game.
They are 6-0. They have started the year on a heater, and they just beat North Lincoln on the road. And tomorrow they play West Rowan on the road. Then we also got Statesville. Finally has a game this week. They've played 2 games in the month of November, and then they had a big break. So later this week, they'll be playing Mooresville. They'll be on the road for that one.
Does that mean that the end of their season is going to be really heavy?
Yeah, they do have a few games where they have back-to-back games or only a day in between or a day or 2 in between.
That's tough for high school level.
Well,
you know what I mean?
Well, you know what is even worse though, because those players, when they had the week off, that practice.
Oh, yeah.
We're conditioning Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Y'all can rest on the weekend.
It was all conditioning because their 2 games were on November 4th and November 20th. So they've had so much time in between those. And I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing to have that much time. I would think it's a bad thing.
I mean, it's not fun. It's during practice. I can tell you that.
It's definitely not. But they'll be playing their games here soon.
Okay, so that's the high school scene. What about the NBA? Anything happening right now? Are the Hornets have they turned the program around yet?
Well, they just lost to Minnesota last night, so
tough game.
Very tough game, and I don't know what's going to turn this team around. I mean, we have injuries. We have, I guess it's going to take a year or 2 to see what the new owner is going to want to do, and Josh Harris. So, give it some time. This year could end up being a wash.
Are we going to see like a Tepper scenario of ownership dictating what's happening on the court?
I hope not. I really hope not. But famously, this is the man who coined the Philadelphia the 76ers. I don't know why I said the Flyers. Their little tank that they were doing, being bad and getting all those draft picks, and hashtag trust the process.
Trust the process.
So there could be some meddling.
I'm going to ask the question, and I don't want to, but I've got to. Does Charlotte lose its prince after this season?
Oh, LaMelo?
Mm-hmm.
No.
No, they just signed him to a max extension.
Whether he likes it or not.
He really doesn't have a choice. They just gave him the most money they're allowed to for a 5-year contract, and he's here.
Crazier things. I'm just asking questions, guys.
That's true. There is crazy things that
Tell
happen,
that to Matt Rule.
Yeah. Well, unless somebody wants to trade for that contract, I don't see him going.
What was, to bring it back to the Panthers football, because you brought up Tepper.
Yeah.
When they showed the stat during the game of all the coaches that he's fired, because it's also happening in Charlotte FC.
Yeah, that's true.
Where there are
3
so
years,
it's
3
6 coaches, 3 and 3 each. Eesh. Tough.
We have a owner who likes to have his hand in the pot, and historically,
You talking about me?
No, I'm talking about the Panthers.
Oh, okay.
Talking about the Panthers. Unless you own the Panthers now.
I mean, I
making a bid. So historically, having an owner who likes to dictate what the football people should be doing, those teams don't end up doing good. And the number one example, the Dallas Cowboys. Jerry Jones is, he's judge, jury, executioner over there, and they haven't won anything in 20, 30 years.
Yeah, but but here's the difference. Tell that to Cowboys fans and see what they say about their team. Cowboys fans, no matter what the record is, they will slaughter you if you talk junk about their team.
That's okay. They still haven't won anything.
But their fan base is as loyal as they come, and they got a nice dome. They got a nice dome.
They do. It was built pretty poorly with the sun coming in during the late afternoon games, but
Do you think Tepper's like, well, if I had a new stadium,
definitely
that would turn everything?
That's his whole mantra. He wants Bank of America to become Charlotte FC's permanent home, and he wants a new dome for the Panthers.
He wants you to stop worrying about the Panthers and go watch some soccer.
Yes. He wants Bank of America to be soccer.
And go to a concert.
Yeah. And then he can have 2 venues for events. Think about it's the ancillary events. That is what I think is his biggest motivating factor. You've got to have the anchor of the sports, but then with the city and the growth and everything else going on for it, that's where you get the Billy Joels, the Elton Johns, the Taylors.
I mean, he said in one of his press conferences that he brought music to Charlotte. There had never been music in Charlotte. Before David Tepper, Charlotte was a city without music.
The bringer of light.
What about what's going on with hockey right now too, Joe?
Oh, man. The Hurricanes are still rolling. They are currently second in the Metro, which is good because they need to continue to win with this division that they're in. The Metro is tight. I mean, they're 3 points above the Capitals right now, so they're starting to try to separate. But the problem is that there's 2 other teams tied with the Capitals, and then everybody else is in line behind them. They have to keep winning. They can't go on a stretch where they lose 3, 4, 5 games in a row because they will fall in the standings, and they will fall in the standings fast.
Switching back to NCAA football, right, which is going to pretty much take up people's sports brains for probably the next few weeks here. What's the outcome now that the playoffs have been set?
Well, we're probably going to see Michigan and Washington meet up in the college football championship game. That is my prediction, and I do believe Michigan's going to get it done.
Oh, wow.
Is it?
And then Harbaugh comes to Carolina?
I don't know if he's going to come to Carolina. Good luck attracting anybody to Carolina who's not already on the staff.
There's probably some coaches out there that believe they can mend broken.
I can fix this.
Yeah, that's right. Let's bring in the doctor. That's what we're gonna call him. Whoever the next coach is, we dub them the doctor. Joe Berg, WSIC Sports Director. Catch the Scoreboard
Thanks,
with Joe Berg Monday through Friday, 6 to 7 p.m.
More Good Morning LKN with Justin Ckezepis is coming up on the new 105.9 100.7 WSIC.
Here is your WSIC community calendar. 12 Days of Christmas giveaways starts this week, December 7th through the 22nd. Listen each morning to Good Morning LKN, where winners will be announced. Some of the prizes include a scooter, karaoke machine, tech toys, and a free stay at Greystone Lodge in Boone. WSIC's 12 Days of Christmas giveaway starts this week. The Docksiders, performing at Kane Center for the Arts this Saturday, are almost sold out. The Docksiders will take you back to the year 1981. Their unique and eclectic tribute act of yacht rock features songs from Hall & Oates, Christopher Cross, Kenny Loggins, and more. The Docksiders, Saturday, December 9th at Kane Center for the Arts. To purchase your tickets, visit kanearts.org. Want to see more than 5 million Christmas lights at one time? The Amazing Speedway Christmas at Charlotte Motor Speedway is happening now through January 7th. The show is open 6 to 10 p.m., rain or shine. Speedway Christmas at Charlotte Motor Speedway, now through January 7th. For tickets, visit charlottemotorspeedway.com. Santa is here. Schedule your time to take pictures between now and Christmas Eve in Bergdale. Appointments include Time with Santa and 8 digital images from a professional photographer. For more info and to schedule your time with Santa, visit bergdalevillage.com. Come enjoy a classic Christmas in Mooresville this Friday. Wagon rides, ice skating, face painting, life-size snow globes, and so much more. Enjoy some time with Santa and the Winter Wonderland experience this Friday night, starting at 5 p.m. For more info, visit mooresvillenc150.com. Have an event you would like to tell people about? Yard sales, estate sales, and everything in between? Visit WSICnews.com and click on events to submit your event today.
And now for a look at your weather forecast from the WSIC Weather Center. We are coming off of a nasty weekend, but Monday should be a lot nicer. Mostly sunny skies and a high temperature in the afternoon reaching 60 degrees. As you head into the evening, the skies are going to remain mostly clear, and that low temperature won't be too bad tonight. We'll be above freezing at 34 degrees. This has been your weather forecast from the WSIC Weather Center.
Good Morning LKN continues now on WSIC. News, talk, now.
Good morning, LKN. 8:48 on this MonYAY. Hope your day's going well. 12 Days of Christmas giveaways start on December 7th. That's this week. That's Thursday. How do you win, you ask? Easy. WSICnews.com/holiday or just WSICnews.com. Right at the top, click 12 Days of Christmas giveaway. You sign up on the form. It's free. Each day from the 7th to the 22nd, we will draw winners. And you have your chance to win. Some great stuff. You got a scooter. You got a Ninja blender. We got a mountain getaway to Greystone Lodge in Boone. We got Amazon Echo Dot, Apple TV, all kinds of stuff. All kinds of goodies.
Those are big gifts.
Hey, you see, times are tight. Maybe you're wanting like a last minute thing. Or maybe there's just something you got your eye on. Maybe you just want to treat yourself.
Right.
Sign up. It's free.
From me to me.
Have a good time. You know, and some of it you could take with you on the road. You know, there's a lot of traveling that's happening these days. And there's a lot of coming and going. We talked previously, there was the announcement, about 3 weeks ago now, give or take? Charlotte, right, as part of the federal funding to have dollars set aside for transportation, Charlotte was restudying what is supposed to be the red line, right, which is the line coming up to Lake Norman from Charlotte. And supposedly train rides are up in North Carolina.
Train rides are booming.
Pretty substantially, it seems like, to be honest. And there's some new NCDOT things out that are saying basically that NCDOT is going to have funding for additional studies,
right,
for additional connections. And it makes you wonder, okay, is this really going to start happening? This conversation has been going on for so long. And you wonder, and is this a tease, or is it really like gonna happen at this point? Here are some of the other corridor program opportunities, as it's being described as. Wonderful marketing terms there. 12 corridors have been submitted and potentially for study here. So Charlotte to Washington, D.C.
Oh, wow.
I would favor that one. I would be okay with that one as far as, like, if it was high speed. Imagine if it was high speed, because it's about a 6-hour drive to D.C. right now.
Sure.
If you could get there in 2 hours.
I think even if you could get there in 6 hours.
Wouldn't be mad at that.
Wouldn't be mad because I don't have to drive.
I'd do a weekender.
I can do my, scroll on my phone.
Yeah. I could see like if you could take the last train on Friday night, come back Sunday.
Right.
I could see that. Salisbury to Asheville.
That's a good one.
You ever taken out an Amtrak in Salisbury? You ever ridden that one?
I have not.
Wilmington to Raleigh.
Okay.
Makes sense. You got to
Got it.
connect the coast. Charlotte to Kings Mountain. Kings Mountain's about what, 45?
Yeah.
Give or take, you 85 toward, to
Sure.
Gaston, like it's kind of right there. That one I think has been going on for a little while, right? I think that's part of the one that stopped, at least the original plan, I could be wrong, was the one where it's going to go like airport, then Gaston County, I think is how that one's going to go.
Right.
I could be wrong. Greenville to Raleigh.
I like that.
Winston-Salem to Raleigh. Hamlet to Raleigh. You ever been to Hamlet?
Nope. Love the play.
Morehead City to Raleigh.
Shout out Morehead City.
Fayetteville to Raleigh.
Wait, what's coming to Charlotte?
Winston-Salem to Charlotte.
Okay.
I have been saying, look, here's my theory.
Okay.
The Lake Norman area has wanted some type of transportation for a while. There's been a big debate of what the transportation is. Some light rail, some buses, blah, 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 all these different things. Some people want to bore tunnels underneath the ground. Mass transportation is necessary. But I think we have to reverse the equation because Charlotte has controlled the funding for so long. What if it was, hey, Lake Norman, make a route to Raleigh, and then Charlotte will have to get on board because then at that point, Lake Norman becomes a kind of middle point hub between Charlotte and Raleigh.
You're talking leverage.
Talking leverage.
I like that. You're scheming.
Mm.
I like you.
Weldon to Raleigh. Ever been to Weldon?
Mm-mm. Hardly know him.
Atlanta, Georgia to Charlotte.
Okay.
So no longer have to drive the single road of 85, 4 hours straight to Atlanta. You just ride a train.
Cool.
They do have the buses, like the tour bus style ones that you can buy a ticket and do to. Have you ever done that?
Negative.
You just don't even seem interested in Atlanta. Do you have any interest in?
I love Atlanta.
Do you have an interest in Charlotte connecting to Atlanta?
Yes. Yeah.
There's obviously
I
business
love having
benefit.
options.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't really have to go down to Atlanta though for anything other than pleasure at this point.
What's your most pleasurable thing of Atlanta?
Oh man, it's just a lot of energy.
People wise?
Yeah.
It's
wild.
Did you what's that what's that like the world's largest drive-in?
What are you talking about?
Like Sonic, like it's like a Sonic, like a drive-in for food.
Okay, yeah.
What's,
I
the
haven't
Varsity.
been there.
Varsity.
Okay, yeah. The Varsity. What do you have? Yeah. Absolutely. Lived right walking distance to the Varsity.
I don't know. I've been there once.
Pretty good.
Did you frequent it or no? Is it like
I
is it
went
more
one
tourist?
time. I went one time. It's definitely not tourist. It's definitely more for like the college kids. They enjoy it a lot. It's a nice, convenient location, affordable prices, old school style. Cafeteria. Grab your tray. Only a few things. Not a super big menu. Your single patty, your double patty. You want cheese? You don't want cheese? All right.
Would you take
Crinkle
a
cut
commuter
fries.
rail to Atlanta just for the Varsity?
If WSIC needs me to, I will.
Here's my issue with this whole situation.
Okay. Steph Curry didn't do anything for it.
He could pay
I'm
for it.
sorry.
He could pay for it.
Yeah.
There's two parts to this transportation thing. There's the one part that includes the endpoints. So let's say
Sure.
Raleigh, Charlotte, Atlanta, Charlotte, Washington, D.C., whatever. Wherever the endpoints are, that's one piece of the equation. The other piece of the equation is then the in-betweens. Between Raleigh and Charlotte, what, if any, stops will be made?
Right.
At which, if any, locations?
Right.
Between here and Washington, D.C., you stopping off at Richmond? You stopping off somewhere else?
Right.
Because we have to start having these additional layers of, okay, but where are people living where they can afford? Because if you really want people to use the mass transportation, they've got to get to it. So really that kind of like in between, kind of going a sub layer of that is, okay, what's the in-town transportation? Let's say eventually we do even get like Cornelius, exit 28, at Antiquity, the light rail ever stops there that gets you to Charlotte. Let's just say, and it's light rail, not commuter rail. Let's say it's light rail. Say we get what we want and we get light rail. How do you get people there to Antiquity to get on the train to go down to Charlotte? You're not going to walk. You're not going to walk in Cornelius because it's not really a walkable city. And I'd say second to that also, culturally, we're not a walking culture here in these outside towns. Maybe within the city of Charlotte, you walk. I don't know. Do you do a lot of walking in Charlotte?
Yes.
Here, we're not big walkers.
Right.
People like walking for exercise.
Sure.
We're not walking for transportation.
Right.
So in town becomes a conversation, and you've got to find places. And okay, if you're not going to have in-town transportation and people are going to have to drive to these stops, where are they going to park when they get there? You think Harris Teeter at Antiquity wants all the commuter rails people, light rail people parking right there in their parking lot, taking up all the parking all day long? Nah, they don't. And so when you dedicate these streets for public parking and these parking lots for public, that's what you're going to get, though, if you don't provide other parking. So you got to be willing to what?
So we're a long ways away.
We're a long ways away. But what you got to be willing to do? You got to go vertical.
You have to go
You
vertical.
have
Super
to.
talls.
You have to go vertical.
Let's take pride in making more skyscrapers.
You have to go vertical.
It's only money.
It's the only way. And correct me. If someone's got an equation, I'm all ears. You know me, I'm a reasonable guy.
Sure.
I'm a reasonableness. Reasonableist.
Reasonableist?
I will listen to ideas. I will, however, not hold back in telling you your idea is dumb if it is in fact dumb.
Oh, wow.
But I will listen to them. And I won't say to you, I won't necessarily, I won't use the same wording every time, hey, that's dumb. I might say, hey, that's a bad idea. Hey, I appreciate the thought, but that idea is equal to skata, right? I might use different words, all meaning the same thing, but I think we have to put our feelings aside here and really have an honest conversation.
Aw.
Is this you?
Fellas?
You Kid Rock?
You're Kid Rock.
You crying, boy? Maybe we'll go
It
back
was
down
just
to
a
the
train
kitchen and get
idea.
some hamburgers and French fries. How about
But
a
Justin,
White
I just had one train idea.
What?
Okay, all right. That may happen from time. Maybe that's a separate response. I just fire that audio, right, from my little audio bank right here, and I let Kid Rock do the talking for me.
Right.
Also a necessity. But if we don't just put the ideas on the table, like for too long, I feel like people are afraid to say what like they're thinking. Like,
Yes.
there's a lot of that right now.
100%.
Suppress.
Because someone's going to tell me to get some French fries.
No, because someone's going to come out of the woodworks from 30 years ago and say you did something that you shouldn't have done. That's what's going to happen.
Gary called me big boned.
Yeah, that's exactly what's going to happen. So I just think if we're going to get honest about this, like who are the decision makers right now sitting here and say, oh, we're going to analyze these. These are the ones we choose. They must be on the NCAA football college committee, right?
Do you think that in relation to trains, you have kids, a family, would you be more comfortable on taking your kids to the airport or taking your kids on a train? I feel like a train just for some reason sounds more approachable.
I'm okay with either.
Okay.
I would love to be able to take them on a train to the airport.
Okay.
So we don't have to bring our car
Oh,
and I
wow.
don't have to wait for a vehicle like an Uber or a cab there. I would
Genius.
love mass transportation. I'm all
Right.
for it. I would love to take them to Washington, D.C. I'd love to take them to Raleigh. Hey, Raleigh, we'll connect with you. Lake Norman will connect with Raleigh. I'll make the call. I'll let everybody know. I'll tell the leadership right now. Lake Norman, we had a meeting. We said we'd connect with Raleigh. Let's run it 40 and
Called
then
the
77 South.
The Steph Curry train.
If he pays for it. If he pays for it, I'll name it for him if he pays for it. He ain't pay for that bridge, though. He ain't pay for Exit 30's bridge. Good morning, fam. 12 days of Christmas giveaway, WSICnews.com/holiday. That's where you go to sign up. One of the greatest voices in broadcasting up next, the Pat Shannon. I love you, my kid.